It's great to be in Edison High School today, and let me first start off by thanking the veterans who are here. Thank you, each and every one of you, for your service. This is what Veterans Day is about. It's the opportunity for us to say thank you, the opportunity for us to remember what our veterans have done. Let me say thank you to the Scouts. Some of them were Eagles, some are aspiring Eagles. We thank them for coming out and doing the pledge and doing the color guard. Appreciate that very much. And then there's the show choir who was over here. Let's give them a hand as well. Great work. And the leadership students who organized this today, let's give them a hand as well. Thank you very much. So we just appreciate what everyone did. This was a lovely ceremony. My one request I would have to all the students is for them to think about who and find out who might be in their family who is a veteran. Sometimes our veterans don't talk about what they've done. They just did it. And so my guess is that some of you may know a veteran in your family. You may have a friend of the family who's a veteran. But it might be something to ask your parents about. Maybe you have a parent, maybe you have a grandparent, maybe you have a great-grandparent. And if they're still alive, it might be a good opportunity the next time you see them to just ask them about their experience, what they did. Because again, usually veterans, if you ask them, they'll tell you, but if you don't ask them, they might not be telling you about it. And it's another way that we can really say thank you for them. And I think it's important for us to know who in our lives have been veterans, and for them to maybe share a little bit about that experience. Veterans Day, we pay tribute to all our veterans, whether living or dead. It's a time to give thanks to those who served our country, pay tribute to them. This day, of course, here at Edison High School, we particularly pay tribute to the hero, Edison High School graduate, Navy Corpsman Maxton W. And I know everyone here today is thinking of him. He joined the Navy to make a difference. He made a difference. He faced incredible risk to help his fellow Americans and our allies, people who had helped us in Afghanistan, get out of Afghanistan. We continue to think about him. We continue to mourn him. We continue to remember his family. We also remember the other families in Ohio who have lost men and women who have served in our armed forces. To all those who died in service to our country, all of them represented the different faces of Ohio. It was my privilege, honor, during the time I was in the United States Senate, to go to the funerals of men, women who had died in Afghanistan or died in Iraq. And I can tell you that they represent all of Ohio. Some came from the smallest villages in our state. Some came from the largest cities. Some came from our farms. Some were born here in the United States. Some were not. They came here later, became citizens. Some were only 18, 19, 20, 21 years of age. Others who died were older, 40, 45 years of age. Some had planned their whole life to be in the military. Some had been inspired by the tragedy of September 11th or something else in their life to volunteer and to come forward. Some of them had seen a lot of life, but many of them, their life was only just beginning. All of them shared something in common. all of them were willing to come forward. All of them were willing to make a sacrifice for the rest of us so that we could enjoy the freedom that we enjoy today. Many of you watched Corpsman Soviak's procession as it came down 113. Some of you were there for the funeral that took place on the football field. And I'll tell you that Fran and I were deeply touched by the comments of his siblings and his friends who remembered him and paid tribute to him. I congratulate them. It takes a lot of courage when you're grieving to go up and to talk and to tell about your loved one. So we thank them. Later today, actually when we leave here, Fran and I will visit the Veterans Home in Sandusky. And we visited there before, and it's always inspiring because we have an opportunity to talk to our veterans, a few left from World War II, more from Korea and Vietnam and other times. And it's an opportunity again to kind of have them share with us what their experiences have been, and for us to have the opportunity to say thank you. I talked a moment ago about members of your family who might have served in the military. My dad served in World War II. He was an infantry army in Europe. And one of his starkest memories was going into the concentration camp at Dachau. And he was among a group, not the ones who liberated it, not the ones who took it over from the Nazis and freed the prisoners there and freed the victims. But he was there just a few days later, and there were still people who had been kept in the concentration camp and who had survived. But I remember my dad talking about them and how they looked like they had been starved. He looked at where the executions took place, where they were killed in the showers, and they were told that they were going to take a shower. Instead of a shower, it was really gas. And he kept those memories with him throughout his lifetime. President Lincoln, in 1862, spoke of freedom in his annual address to Congress, and he called our country the last best hope on earth, the last best hope of earth. Our country is built on the principles of self-government, liberty, freedom. Those are values that are worth protecting, and the veterans that we honor today, those who are here, those who are not here, those who are deceased, those who still live, they were protecting those freedoms, and that's what their service, one of the things certainly that their service meant. Our military members are the best, the bravest. They set the example for the rest of us. And those people who join the military do have one thing in common. As General Harris said, they swore an oath. They repeat the military oath of enlistment, military oath of office, and he has recited that for you. They must promise and adhere to that oath for their entire military careers. In the Navy, there's also a creed that sailors live by. Corpsman Soviak lived by that creed, and let me quote it. I represent the fighting spirit of the Navy and those who have gone before me to defend freedom and democracy around the world. I proudly serve my country's Navy combat team with honor, with courage, and commitment. End of quote. So on this Veterans Day, let's honor those who bravely defended us and have ensured that we have the freedom that we can exercise every single day. Again, congratulations to all of you for putting on a very appropriate service, and particularly having our veterans here, having them come in and being able to honor them. So to Mr. Goodwin, Principal, and all those who helped put this on. Thank you all very much, and thank you for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to be here today. Thank you.